Rising tensions between the U.S. and Russia.
The Russian state television aired a segment discussing potential missile strikes on European capitals.
The next big war is less likely to begin with a bang than a blackout.
New York, California, Illinois, and Connecticut all ordering non-essential employees to stay home.
Thousands of people have been protesting and the capital hospitals are overwhelmed, leaving health officials to make difficult choices about who to treat.
Are there any real threats that you know of?
Not at all.
They think it's just gonna go away.
A city that never sleeps. Skyscrapers that once pierced the night sky now stand as monoliths of darkness. Streets that buzzed with life are frozen in eerie silence. Cars stall in mid-traffic, their drivers bewildered. Airplanes lose power, descending helplessly from the heavens. The glow of a million screens fades to black. It's not a blackout, it's an attack. It's 2025. In a single heartbeat, modern civilization falters. No lights, no internet, no communication. This isn't a nightmare. It's an EMP attack, an electromagnetic pulse unleashed by Russia upon the United States, the opening move in what becomes World War III. But how did we get here? Could our advanced technology have stopped this escalation? From quantum computing to AI-controlled drones, warfare has evolved in ways we could scarcely imagine. Before the world was shrouded in darkness, the warning signs of an impending conflict were already there. With mass destruction and casualties across the globe, and Eastern Europe teetering under Russian pressure, the question isn't just how we'd fight such a war, but how we could survive it. How would the average citizen endure a modern tech-driven global war? Can we use quantum computing to outsmart Russia's cyber attacks?
They think to hack Americans is like a heroic thing for them.
And most importantly, how can individuals prepare when they see the signs? Before we can answer these questions, we need to rewind and understand how this all began. We asked ChatGPT to simulate a hypothetical World War III in 2025. Keep in mind that this is just a large language model, not a sophisticated predictive AI like our militaries might use. So take this all with a grain of digital salt. The year is 2025, but the seeds were sown years earlier. Tensions between Russia and the West simmered, but recent events brought them to a boil. Under President Donald Trump, the United States has adopted an America First policy more aggressively than ever.
It's going to be only America first.
In a controversial move, Trump announces a complete withdrawal from NATO, fulfilling a campaign promise that rattled global alliances, stating that America will no longer bear the financial and military burdens of other nations.
Revelation, right? Chapter 17. Let's get it. Right, verse 12. And the 10 horns, which is NATO, EU, right, and the United Nations, World Economic Forum, all of those individuals, the top 7% of the world's richest people, right, that rule over the 93% of everyone else, which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but received power as kings 1 hour with the beast. These have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. These shall make war with the Lamb. Now we all know the Lamb is Yahushua HaMashiach, right? The Son of the Most High, whose name is Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, the creator of the heavens, the earth, the sea, all that is therein in the foundations of water. And the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is the Lord of lords and King of kings. and they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, and the whore is America, and the waters are kindreds, tongues, peoples, and nations, right? Multitudes, right? And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, that's my point, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. So the whore is America, Babylon the Great, right? And the 10 horns is EU and NATO. You just heard that Donald Trump is going to stop doing business with NATO. NATO is going to be left on their own without any defense of a military. They have some military, but nothing like what America provides for them. They're able to push their New World Order agenda due to America pushing their New World Order for them by force of the sword, right? Military. They're the tip of the spear. See what I'm saying? The edge of the knife. Stab people in the back. Stab them in the heart or cut their throats. This is what EU has been pushing against Russia, using the United States military. Do it. Since Donald Trump, aka Nero in the reincarnation, setting America on fire, just like Nero did back in Rome 2,000 years ago. He seeks to blame everyone else here in America. Americans are fat and lazy. He's going to come up and say some outlandish things about the very same people that put him in that position of power. He's a puppet, this Donald Trump. He does whatever the World Economic Forum, World Health Organizations, Bilderberger Group, the Club of Rome. The Club of Rome pretty much is everyone who's complicit with the burning of the so-called wildfires in California, which has all been started by directed energy. Okay, I mean, that's just common sense. It's all over the internet. That's the reason why they're going to take down the internet and ban TikTok, because it reveals all of the wickedness that they're doing in detail. Okay? And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, they shall hate the whore, right? And shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. For the Most High had put it in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree, and to give their kingdom unto the beast, unto the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled. So NATO is going to join with Russia, the BRICS nations, and fire all thermonuclear weapons on Babylon the Great, America. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city, Babylon the Great, America, which reigneth over the kings of the earth, right? And America reigns over the kings of the earth with the United States petrodollar. All the nations of the world, okay, deal with America using the dollar. Now that the dollar is about to crash, everyone has left America to their own devices. Let's get it. Obadiah chapter 1, verse 7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border, right? The border of wickedness, right? The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee. Okay. There, everybody's going to go for this digital currency, central bank digital currency. Elon Musk currently calls it Dogcoin, right? Dogecoin, WorldCoin, Bitcoin, cryptocurrency. It's all based on blockchain. But they no longer want to do business with America at all. They want to just cut them completely out. It's the reason why the whore wants to go to war with all these nations. So primarily, it's the so-called white man versus all the minorities. I know it sounds ridiculous, but that's what's happening, right? All the men of thy confederacy, and the confederacy is NATO, EU, have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. How are they going to prevail? They shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate, and burn her with fire, right? They that eat thy bread, that do business with America, through the tariffs, sanctions that they've imposed, that the whore has imposed on all of these other nations, is the reason why they no longer want to do business with America. They're making it more expensive for them to do business with America. Why? Making America first, right? Okay. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound unto thee. There is none understanding in him. They've been bullying all of these nations with war, famine, and different plagues, bombing, destroying men, women, and children, old and young, even those that can't fight back, right? Destroying people. The reason why they exploded that Tesla truck in front of Donald Trump's hotel is because that military person basically committed an atrocious act of self-deletion. And the reason why he did that is because he felt guilty about all of the wickedness that he had committed against people that had no weapons to fight back. Okay? It causes a psychological break. Okay? You know, his mind snapped. He couldn't deal with the guilt of deleting innocent men, women, and children. Okay? That's what that was about. It was a protest, just like the young man back in 2022 who set himself on fire in front of the United Nations consulate. You know, talk about free Palestine, free Palestine, free Palestine, and burned himself to the fucking ground. Remember that? Let's see. Why is this thing happening to them? And thy mighty men, O Timeh, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. That's the reason why these things are happening to these devils. Okay? Isaiah chapter 13, verse 11. Well, let's start at verse 6. Isaiah chapter 13, verse 6. Howl ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. And they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrows shall take hold on them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed at one another. Their faces shall be as flames. Is this right? Not happening right now in the California wildfires today? Right? Everybody's mourning, right? The earth languish, right? Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. Right? Coming down to verse 11. And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. Right? Verse 13. Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place, in the wrath of the Lord of hosts, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and in the day of his fierce anger. Right? Verse 17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, and the Medo-Persians today are the Iranians. They used to be called Persia. Right? Are not the Israeli currently at war with the Persians right now? Okay. And the Israeli, they were set up in 1948 to destabilize negotiations between the nations that were already there. There was no war there betwixt those people, and they did have a civil war from time to time, okay, but it wasn't as bad as it is now with those Edomites over there claiming to be the Israelites of the Holy Bible. They're Israeli. They're not the Israelites. Malachi chapter 3 verse 6 says, I am the Lord thy God, I change not. Therefore the sons of Jacob are not consumed. Okay? But listen. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Right? They don't want your money. They don't want your gold. They don't want to do business with America, with central bank digital currency. They just want to just X America out of the whole deal, because America is going to destroy their own country, destroy their own people, in order to try to see what they can do about taking over the world again. And that's not going to work. Okay? Because the nations are sick and tired of the bullshit. Literally. Okay? Ecclesiasticus chapter 10 verse 3. An unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority the city shall be inhabited. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. And that one that's profitable for all of mankind is Yahushua HaMashiach. Okay? Ecclesiasticus chapter 10 verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people unto another. Right? Why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. For such an one setteth his own soul to sale, because while he liveth he casteth away his own bowels. In other words, just sell his own soul, sell his own mama down the street. Okay? Ecclesiasticus chapter 10 verse 13. For pride is the beginning of sin, and he that hath it shall pour out abomination. And that's exactly what these Edomites have done. LBGTQXYZ community. They poured, that's an abomination before the Lord. You have grown men getting their nails done on TikTok, thinking it's a form of art. Okay? You have morbidly obese women that are bowing down and worshiping a fucking hamburger. Okay? Okay? Right? It's ridiculous. I'm telling you. Therefore the Lord hath brought upon them strange calamities, and is currently in the process of overthrowing them utterly. By their own hand, they're destroying themselves. Right? Because an unwise king destroyeth his own people. See? That's what's going on with those so-called wildfires. All right. Let's go to 2nd Ezra chapter 16. Verse 11. The Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence? The earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof. The sea ariseth up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled. And the fishes thereof also, before the Lord and before the glory of his power. Right? They've got orbs coming up out of the ocean. Right? Okay? The fishes thereof are committing suicide because of the trash, plastic, rope, tires, and oil slicks in the oceans they can't eat. Okay? The waves of it are troubled. Okay? The sea ariseth up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also. Right? Before the Lord and for the glory of his power. Verse 13. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp. Right? The bow are the thermonuclear silos that house the thermonuclear intercontinental ballistic missiles that have thermonuclear warheads upon them. Right? These arrows are broken arrows. That's what they call intercontinental ballistic missiles. They call them broken arrows. Right? His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. Right? They're sharp because they won't miss their target. They're using technology AI. So this way they won't miss their targets when they're fired. But the Spirit of the Lord shall be in these missiles. Okay? That's the reason why the military bases on all the continents are afraid of these orbs. The orbs are the chariots of the Most High God, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Okay? Let's go get that and then we'll go back. Psalms 68. Who was that? And 17. Okay? The chariots of the Most High are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them as in Sinai in the holy place. Okay? So the Most High Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai are in these chariots. Clouds, his chariots. Right? Psalms 104, verse 3. Who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters? Right? Now, are they not having orbs coming up out of the sea? They're scared to death. They don't understand it. Who maketh the clouds his chariot? And the clouds are a form of camouflage for the chariots of the Most High, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, that these Edomites call unidentified anomalous phenomenon or UFOs, unidentified flying objects, right? They've found plenty of, on all kinds of news stations, TikTok videos of these chariots flying through the sky, right? Who walketh upon the wings of the wind, right? Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 13. Behold, he shall come up as clouds, and his chariots shall be as a whirlwind. His horses, meaning the power that they possess, are swifter than eagles. And we saw that at some of the so-called, some of the chariots of the Most High God flying through the smoke as the wildfires were burning, right? Flying swifter than eagles, right? Woe unto us, for we are spoiled. Okay, so let's get back over here to 2nd Ezra. What was that? 2nd Ezra, chapter 16. Right? Verse 13. For strong is his right hand, and who sits upon the right hand of the Most High? Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, whom the world ignorantly calls Jeebus Crossed. Right? That bendeth the bow. That's how the Most High Spirit is going to be in the intercontinental thermonuclear missiles, and why they're going to be sharp and shall not miss is because the right hand of him that sitteth upon the throne will be in control. For strong is his right hand, Yahweh Shai, that bendeth the bow. He's going, even if they all come together as one, as Ronald Reagan had stated in one of his videos back in the 1980s, concerning, okay, well, let's go get it. Let's go get it so you can see what I'm saying. I mean, I know I'm making this video probably longer than I should, but it can't be helped. Alrighty, let's see if I can find that video. See if I can find it. Okay, let's see. Ronald Reagan speech on aliens. Oh, there it is. I went back. On aliens, right. Boom. Alien threat. Let's watch it. Let's see if I can find it.
Unites all the members of humanity. Perhaps we need some outside universal threat to make us recognize this common bound. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world. And yet, I ask you, is not an alien force already among us? What could be more alien to the universal aspirations of our peoples than war and the threat of war?
Now, the aliens that he was referring to were the Israelites of the Holy Bible. In 1984, or 1982 to 1984, during this president's reign in the 1980s, said that the King James Holy Bible was the law of the land. And ever since then, they've not did anything that the law states. These people are complete opposite of righteousness.
2 centuries ago, in a hall much smaller than this one, in Philadelphia, Americans met to draft.
Okay, so I just wanted to show you that these Edomites, they know that the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is here to kick their ass. Okay, and that He sent His Son Yahweh Shai HaMashiach to take control of their thermonuclear missile silos, in which the arrows rest in, and launch them on a certain day at a certain time. Let's prove that right now. Job chapter 14, verse 5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. Okay? So these devils, they can't pass anything, man. You know, the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai has made it to where they're going to be destroyed on a certain day, at a certain time, at a certain month, of a certain year, and he can't go past that point. Job chapter 5, verse 12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. What is their enterprise? New World Order, right? NWO. That's their enterprise. Everybody to come together of one consent. Okay? He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong. They meet with darkness in the daytime. That's the reason why they have those meetings at Davos, at the summit. They have these summits all the time. They meet with darkness. What darkness? The darkness that are there in their hearts, the evil imaginations against the children of Israel on a global scale that have been scattered abroad through the 4 winds from one end of heaven to the other for their punishment of not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Why? Because the Most High chose the Israelites, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to be His people above all nations upon the face of the earth. Right? The Most High chose us. The problem started, we didn't choose Him back. We chose to be like the nations, because the nations could do whatever they want. We had laws and statutes and commandments that brought forth discipline to govern us as a people. But our people didn't want it. Right today, they still don't. Right? He taketh the wise in their own craftiness. The counsel of the forward is carried headlong. They meet with darkness in the daytime, and they grope in the noonday as in the night. They try to come up with different ways to try to destroy us from off the face of the earth. Verse 15, but he saveth the poor from the sword in their mouth, from the hand of the mighty. So the poor had hope, and iniquity stoppeth her mouth. Right? See? So, yeah, these devils, they got to go, man. The Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai has had enough of these bastards. Okay? Just saying. Okay? 2 Ezra 16:13. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow, his arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. Behold, the plagues are sent, and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. Okay? Now, when they're sent and they're shot through the ends of the earth, they will not come back to the earth. And when they do, they're going to destroy America. Okay? America will become a veritable lake of fire and brimstone. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. Isaiah chapter 34, verse 8. For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion. And the controversy is that you have imposters telling the entire world that they are God's chosen people and are not. Right? Revelation chapter 2, verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. That's a message to us, the Israelites. We're rich in faith, the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. And I know the blasphemy of them which say that they are the JEWs and are not, but are of the synagogue of Satan. Okay? So the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai leaves you a clue that these people are not his chosen. Revelation chapter 3, verse 9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are JEWs and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee. Okay? So these devils done, man. They're done. They're finished, man. They know it. Ooh, it's got to hurt knowing you're going to get your ass kicked and you can't do nothing about it. Okay? That's got to hurt. Okay? Behold, the plague, 2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 14. Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The Most High looks at these intercontinental ballistic missiles, the weapons of his indignation, as plagues. Right? Okay. Isaiah 34, verse 8. For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion. Now you know what the controversy of Zion is, and the year of recompenses. What is recompense? Payback. Verse 9. And the streams thereof, the streams of America, Mississippi River, all that, shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone, and the land thereof shall become burning pitch. This is the consequences of the abominations that are being done here. Right? Verse 10. It shall not be quenched day nor night, or night or nor day. The smoke thereof shall go up forever. From generation to generation it shall lie waste, and none shall pass through it forever and ever. Where does it say that at? In other parts of the Bible. Let's go to Revelation. Then. Okay. Okay. Smoke goeth up. Boom. Oh. Okay. Let's just go there. Let's try 14. Okay. Verse Revelation 14:11. And the smoke of their torment. Whose torment? Of these devils here. Revelation 14:9. This is the reason why they're trying to make this smart LA. Right? They're going to make smart New York. They're going to make smart Australia. They're going to say, try to turn everything into the North American Union. Canada, they're taking over Canada. Justin Trudeau, the president of Canada, stepped down so Donald Trump can step in and take over. Okay? And going to have, not Maduro, but for the other cat that currently runs Mexico. I think it's a female president of Mexico. She's going to step down too because she too is an Amalekite. one of those imposters, okay, that they set up. Okay, she's going to step down. So that's going to be the North American Union. Okay, from North, South, Central America all the way up to Canada. That's going to be the North American Union. Then you have the other union, EU, NATO. Okay. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast, in other words, if you participate in the beast system and his image, right, and receive his mark, which is the radio frequency identification microprocessor embedded, installed underneath your skin in your right hand or your left, doesn't matter, the size of a grain of rice, or in his forehead, the Elon Musk Neuralink brain chip, or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. What does indignation mean? Righteous anger. Okay? And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So most of the fire and brimstone is going to be here in America. So whoever takes the radio frequency identification chip, you're going to be tormented with fire and brimstone. You see what I mean? And they're setting up this. They're setting up the circumstances to where you don't have any alternatives but to take it. You have to make that decision eventually, one day, very, very soon. From looking at these newsreels and how fast they're going. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night who worship the image, the beast, and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Okay? So, yeah, it's going to get very hot over here. Okay? I'm just telling you what's real, man. Okay? Because the Most High's done had enough of these devils. 2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 15. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. Verse 16. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer and returneth not backward. Even so the plagues, which are these intercontinental thermonuclear missiles, that shall be sent upon earth shall not return again. Okay? See? So these devils, they know what's going on, man. They're done. Okay. But anyway, because Jacob's troubles has begun. 2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 17. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings. And see, when you see this right here, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? This was Ezra's 3,500 years ago. He knew about reincarnation. He knew that he was going to be alive in these days. He just wouldn't be able to recognize who he was. Right? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings. The beginning of famine and great death. The beginning of wars and the powers that shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for Minden. Okay? But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor always be mindful of the scourges. Right? And that's basically what's happening right now, man. Okay? Anyway, let's see. Boom, boom. Let me go back over here. Okay, Salakia. 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 49. I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, to waste thy houses with destruction and death. Right? See, that's basically what's going on now. You know, with these wildfires. They're doing this shit deliberately and on purpose in order to force you into a funnel and back you against the corner where you don't have any choice. You see? Don't have a choice. And that's the way they want to set it up. You know, I'm telling you, they're going to do it to us too, man. But, you know, we pray for the mercy of the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. Right? Right? Let's see if I can. Right? Isaiah 65 and 11. But ye are they that forsake the Lord, that forget my holy mountain. Forgot the law, statutes, and commandments, that prepare a table for that troop, and that furnish the drink offering unto that number. Right? Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter. Because when I called, ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before mine eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. Who are these individuals that did this? Well, let's find out. If you go to Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 6, right? Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 6. My people have been lost sheep. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray. And the shepherds are these false apostles and prophets like T.D. Jakes, Joel Osteen, Kenneth Copeland, Joyce Meyer, individuals, Geno Jennings, individuals. These shepherds have caused them to go astray based on the children of Israel, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that believe in these individuals as leaders over them, okay, have been led astray based on supersessionism and replacement theology. And the supersessionism or replacement theology, okay, states that the church replaces the Israelites as God's chosen people, which is a lie. See, it causes them to go astray. They have turned them away on mountains. And that's how they've done it, through supersessionism. They have gone from mountain to hill. They go from religion to religion to religion. Islam, Buddhism, witchcraft, anything, right? They have forgotten their resting place. And the resting place of the people of the Lord is Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Verse 7, all that found them have devoured them, right? They've completely destroyed our people. Our people don't know who they are. And their adversaries said, we offend not because they have sinned against the Lord, the habitation of justice, even the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, the hope of their fathers. Who are our fathers? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. See? Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 9. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon, America, an assembly of great nations. And this assembly of great nations are the BRICS nations, right? From the north country. Okay? They're in the north. And America's in the west. Okay? And they shall set themselves in array against her. Right? Okay? From thence she shall be taken. And what is being taken in the biblical scriptures mean? To be destroyed. Right? Their destruction, their arrows, because remember, I made mention of arrows in 2 Ezra chapter 16, right? Their arrows are intercontinental thermonuclear missiles, shall be as of a mighty expert man, none shall return in vain. Okay? Why? Because you were glad, because you rejoiced, O ye destroyers of mine heritage. And the destroyers of the Most High's heritage are the Edomites, because you are grown fat as the heifer at grass and bellow as bulls. Right? Let's go get Psalm chapter 17, verse 14. Right? Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. Salaki, it was Psalms chapter 17, verse 13. Verse 14, which is my point. From men which are thy hand, and the hand of the Lord are the Assyrian. Right? The weapon of the Lord's indignation, the people of the Lord's indignation. Right? From men which are thy hand, O Lord, from men of the world, which have their portion in this life. Right? The elite. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, white privilege, white supremacy, right? And whose belly thou fillest with thy hid treasure. Right? The hid treasure is their technology. Right? Their hid treasure is all the gold and silver that are cankered, and the rest of them shall become a witness against them, as it is written in James chapter 5, verse 1, right? Through 4. Right? They are full of children, and leave the rest of their substance to their babes. Right? Right? The wicked that oppress us from the deadly enemies who compass us about. They are enclosed in their own fat. With their mouth they speak proudly. They have now compassed us in our steps. They have set their eyes bowing down to the earth. Psalm 17, verse 8. Keep me as the apple of the eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wings. Start over. From the wicked that oppress me, from my deadly enemies who compass me about. They are enclosed in their own fat, and their mouth they speak proudly. Right? You just heard Governor Newsom in California said that they're going to start selling off land to the United States government. Okay? And he said it proudly. He did. They have now compassed us in our steps. Right? How did they compass us in our steps? They're burning down our homes. They're cutting off the jobs, so this way you can't survive in society using petrodollars. By May 7th, 2025, they have to implement the radio frequency identification microprocessor, the microchip. They have no choice. Okay? They have to set up blockchain. Why? Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell therein. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, hath come down unto you, having great wrath. Why? Because he knoweth he hath but a short time. So these devils are running out of time. They see the orbs in the air. They sent drones, they sent planes against them, and they were destroyed. Okay? And they're just sitting in the air. They're hovering over military bases. They're hovering over the homes of military leaders, governmental leaders, presidents, prime ministers. See? They have compassed us in our steps. And another way how they compass our steps is they make sure that you don't have any alternatives but to take the mark of the BEAST, the MOTB, the size of a grain of rice, and plant it underneath your skin subcutaneously. Right? They have now encompassed in our steps. They have set their eyes bowing down to the earth, like as a lion that is greedy of his prey, and as it were a young lion lurking in secret places. Right? This is what they do. This is what they're doing right now, man. Greedy of his prey. Right? As a lion. Right? For the devil walketh about as a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. Right? Okay? See, these devils are finished, man. They're running out of time. They know it. Their time is limited. They're trying to do everything they can, but they're going to fail. Okay? Isaiah chapter 14, verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. For I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and cut off from Babylon, Babylon the Great, right? The name and remnant and son and nephew, saith the Lord of hosts, right? I will also make it a possession for the bittern and pools of water. I will sweep it with the besom of destruction, saith the Lord of hosts. Okay? The Lord of hosts, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, has sworn, saying, surely as I have thought, so shall it come to pass, and as I have proposed, so shall it stand, that I will break the Assyrian in my land. And the Assyrian in the Most High's land is in Israel. Okay? And the Assyrians are the Israeli. Okay? And upon my mountains tread him underfoot. Then shall his yoke depart from off them. And the yoke that the Assyrian, the Israeli, are currently in control of America. And the yoke that they put upon us is indentured servitude and enslavement, a technocracy, right? Then shall his yoke depart from off them. Who are them? The Israelites that have to go to work for a living every day. Through thermonuclear destruction shall the Lord make their yoke, the Assyrians' yoke, depart from off of us, and his burden depart from off their shoulders. This is the purpose that is proposed upon the whole earth, and this is the hand that is stretched out upon all the nations. For the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai hath proposed, and who shall disannul it? And his hand is stretched out, and who shall turn it back? Who is the right hand of the Most High? Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Okay? Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 1. Okay? Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. When the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. In other words, repent while you have a chance. Okay? But you ain't going to do it. You're hard-headed, stiff-necked. Okay? 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 66. What will ye do? Or how will ye hide your sins before the Most High God and his angels? What are you going to do? Behold, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai himself is the judge. Fear him. Leave off from your sins and forget your iniquities, to meddle no more with them forever. So shall the Most High lead you forth and deliver you from all trouble. What trouble? Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that there is none like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Verse 8. For it shall come to pass in that day, the day of the Lord, saith the Lord of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck, and will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him. And the strangers are Esau, Edom, and the nations. Okay? But they shall serve the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai their power, and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them. Right? Verse 10. Therefore fear thou not, O my servant Jacob, saith the Lord, neither be dismayed, O Israel, for lo, I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of their captivity. And Jacob shall return, and shall be in rest, and be quiet, and none shall make him afraid. Isaiah chapter 10, verse 20. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel, and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob, you're going to be escaped from Jacob's trouble, right? Shall no more again stay upon him that smote them. Why? The Assyrian, those Israeli that currently tell the Americans what to do here in America, the Most High will destroy them and break their yoke from off your neck, and you'll know, and take the burden off your shoulders. Right? This is what it means by shall no more again stay upon him that smote them. And those that smite us every day are those that oppress us, the Edomites. But shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. The remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty power. For though my people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. Okay? The consumption decreed shall overflow with righteousness. Right? Therefore, thus saith the Lord God of hosts, Isaiah chapter 10, verse 24, O my people that dwellest in Zion, be not afraid of the Assyrian. And the Assyrian is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. He shall smite thee with the rod, right? He shall come against you with martial law and his military troops, and lift up his staff against thee, his staff of bread. He's going to use that as a weapon to control you, right? Using technocracy, using technocracy with the microprocessor, the size of a grain of rice, underneath your hand, right? Left hand, right hand, behind your ear, or the Elon Musk Neuralink brain chip, right? Like it says in Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. He causeth all. This is how he's doing it. Okay? He shall lift up his staff against thee. This is how he causeth all. He eliminates all of your alternatives to where you're backed into a corner and you don't have a choice. See? He shall lift up his staff against thee after the manner of Egypt. And the manner of Egypt was the house of bondage. Everybody's a slave. That's the reason why the Bible refers to America as spiritual Sodom and Egypt. It's spiritual Sodom because of LBGTQ and freedom to do as thou wilt. And spiritual Egypt because everybody has to work for a living. Everyone. Doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are. Okay? For yet a very little while, and the indignation shall cease, and mine anger in their destruction. Okay? So, anyway, I just wanted to, touch base with you. Let you know what's going on with these devils. Okay? And this is what they plan. Now, if you pay attention to this map, this is where all the fires, all the floodings, all of everything is going to jump off, where it's going to take place, man. They're telling you right in your face. They're showing it right now, man. You got the California wildfire. You got what's going on up there in Virginia where there's no water. Okay. Okay. You got Brazil and Central America, Venezuela. People starving. Okay, over in Africa, the west coast of Africa over there, they're going to start over there next if they haven't started already. Okay, they're already pressuring all of the people in the Ukraine in war. Okay, you got war in the Middle East right here. Okay, the Israeli are against the Iranians, the Medes and the Persians. See? Come on, man. This shit is obvious. Anyway. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Rakakodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for pushing 100% truth, who rule well. And peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, this is what they're doing, man. It's driving me crazy. Woke me up this morning. And the Holy Spirit just jumped on me. You see that? Just took off on me.